as someone who is a versatile development professional with grassroots experience in the area of microfinance, employability and environment. Now this lady is associated with CSR from past 16 years and she has done a lot of work in this field. She is a CSR strategist and she also won the award of Women CSR Leader from CSR Leadership Summit in the month of March 2017. That's not all. In the month of September 2017, she won the award from ASSOCHAM, again in the field of CSR. So let's meet and find out from this lady that what has kept her going in this field of CSR is none other than Miss Anupam Nidhi. Welcome, Miss Anupam Nidhi.
It was a pleasure being with you today. Interesting to see how the whole world is now focusing on CSR with so much of consciousness, so much of focus, and they're looking at CSR with an agenda. And it's no more just a tick mark activity. People are really wanting to do and contribute something to the society at large. And it's coming in a very strategic manner, in a manner where they are focusing on how to achieve goals, how to achieve the larger vision, not just for a corporate as a whole, but for the country and for the larger good of the global society. My journey started many years back, and I think it's come to a stage where I'm honored to be at this point, at this juncture in India doing CSR. It's amazing the way people are coming into from all these stages of, or rather I would say all the verticals of life, which would say not just those with the master's degree in social welfare, but people who have the intent and the heart to do something and something good for the community or the society at large. It's interesting to see how people from active professional life are actually walking in to contribute to the larger society, and I was one of them who was initially groomed to become a management professional. I was, and I started my journey as an HR head for a company, and somewhere in between I felt that that was not something that I would want to pursue all of my life, and I wanted to look at something far more meaningful, far more which was me. And I was discovering myself, and I discovered CSR, and CSR helped me discover me. So it's been interesting 16 years that I have been working on CSR. It's been interesting 16 years to work with the community, and I think I got to learn much more from them than probably I would have given to them. Humility, being gracious about what you have, and living as a community, as a society. I think that's something which unified was part of the whole focus that they had. I think it's interesting to see how they have the tribals, for example, if I may share here, how they have managed to safeguard the forest or the green environment around them by the sheer will and hard work that need a science degree or a graduation for them to accomplish. It's the knowledge that they have over a period of time, or generations rather, inherited, and they are implementing it with the zeal and the vigor.
So that's a very powerful statement made by you that CSR helped you discover yourself.
Right.
So Nidhi, just tell me one thing, how was the scene in India different 16 years back when you talk about CSR, and how it is different right now? So what change have you seen in this period of 16 years?
That's a very good question there. And I would like to add, for us CSR never evolved, rather was born after the Companies Act came into force, but CSR, or not really as CSR in that definition or terminology, but in CSR was something that has been in existence in Indian society for a long time. There are companies, there are corporates, there are entities which had been doing some amazing work in this area of CSR. Or rather social development, as I would say. And there were concerted efforts, and there was a study which was done some 11 years back which talked about how corporates were adding value, and philanthropy, as we would look at now, was strategic philanthropy for them. But coming of age, I think with the compliance coming into play, the CSR scenario has completely changed. There are corporates who are wanting to look at doing some work for the social good, and I think it's got more structured, it's got more aligned to the larger common good, and there's an agenda at the country level which is driving all of them together. And I think going forward, partnership and collaboration is something which will take it further from here.
And what sort of work have you done till date in the field of CSR?
Okay. I would say that's minuscule, but if I look at the cumulative work that is being done, but every drop in the ocean counts, as they say. So we had been working in the area of community development, or rather rural transformation, as I would say, where we were looking at a holistic view of how we could transform rural communities. Whether you talk about livelihood, you talk about employability, education, healthcare, looking at all of that in a perspective, and making sure that to create Adarsh Gram villages is one of the objectives that we have. Focus on healthcare, education, and aligning education with employability. Not looking at employability or skilling standalone, but aligning it with the education mandate itself. So we start at the school level and then take it on to vocational or skilling, or then we will graduate and postgraduate level and thereon. That's where you are creating youth who have a focus, who have a vision, who have the skills to handle and meet their objectives. So this is apart from that, if I may say, at Reliance we had been working with almost like 70 villages, which we had been integrated development focus with them, multi-stakeholder engagement. But apart from that, as an individual, I have also been focusing on creating this consortium of our professionals, CSR professionals, like-minded people, so that we could support some of these NGOs or development sector organizations by upskilling their capabilities, helping them with the processes. And these are some of the things that we have just mentioned that I have been working on.
And Nidhi, I want to ask you, there's this common mindset. See, you have been associated with this sector from a long, long time. So what made you, what made you decide that I'll stick to it? Because people have this perception that if I go into the CSR sector, there's nothing to gain out of it monetarily. Returns are very minuscule.
Yeah.
Do you believe that, or is that a myth?
I think it's more of a myth now. If you look at the compensation or the financial earnings, I think CSR has evolved. It is one of the parallel economy, as I would say. There are so many jobs available, and they're well placed and well paid jobs, if I may say so. And I think what you derive out of CSR is just not monetary, but is the satisfaction. And I think I'm a more satisfied soul every day in the evening when I go home. And I know that I have done my bit to support or to work with the community and to be here in India at this stage. I think it's an amazing time to be in a CSR professional or development sector, in a development sector organization or part of the civil society, because the world is moving in a space where it is about consultativeness, it is about democracy, it is about inclusive growth, and that cannot happen without taking the civil society or the development sector together.
And where do you see yourself like 5 years from now? Like, what is your plan now in this field of CSR?
I think going forward, I would, as an individual, as a professional, would like to take some of our successes to countries which are lesser privileged. Look at creating consortiums of people across the globe, creating leadership around that, around sustainable development across. Making the best practices, the good practices available for people, for them to learn and deploy and expand and create that outreach platform. But yes, I do wish to look at working with individuals, like-minded individuals, and create a consortium, as I mentioned, of organizations, as rather an organization which could help professionals meet the larger objectives.
Thank you, Anupam Nidhi. It was wonderful interviewing you, and I wish you good luck in all your endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we had this professional with us who's just not working for money, but she followed her heart, and she actually discovered herself through this field of CSR. And I think that's a very powerful message for everyone out there, that you should love what you do, and your profession should help you in evolving you as a person.
It's a huge canvas, and everybody is here to paint on. So yeah, and there are beautiful colors available.
Yes, absolutely. So there are beautiful colors available in the field of CSR also. Go out there and help someone who needs it, because at the end of the day, humanity needs that you need to give back what you have got from the society as well.
Right. Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Wish you good luck.
Thank you very much.
This is Shruti signing off. I'll see you soon. Bye.